Now, I just wanted to do a run here of this Podung Rise using the 918 Spyder. But with the version, it's restricted to the under 3000 rating. I just wanted to make a kind of point about the tuning in Asphalt 9 Legends, and this event is kind of a perfect opportunity to do that. Like, I'll often say on my videos the fact that, you know, per maybe 100 rating, you can take off a second time. But realistically, that's not the case at all. And, like, I just wanted to make a point of how little tuning actually does affect these cars. So here we have like the stock 1-star version of the car. I'm just going to try and avoid AI as much as possible because I'm going to do 2 runs back to back. One using this 3000 version of the car and another one using my 4005 or 4050 rated version of this at maximum stars. Ooh. Now, I'll go away AI. And just, yeah. One thing in particular I want to make note of on this is like the top speed of the vehicle, which is, yeah, 215 miles an hour when it's not in a nitro state. Obviously, like a nitro state is going to add on about 7 or 8 miles an hour to that, and they're all the same top speed. But it is just a case of like the nitro ability of this is slightly kind of degraded over the 4K version, but at the same time, it's not a huge difference. And yeah, I said I'd just do back-to-back runs on this, just in case anyone's ever thinking the fact that, oh, my cars are bad, so that explains why, like, you know, I can't do a certain time. I did just want to point out the fact that, like, say here, there's over 1,000 rating in the difference between the two versions of the Porsche I'm going to use here, and just so you can see the kind of actual difference that that tuning makes. Now, in particular, say, like, yeah, that the top speed is the crazy one, because in 1000 version, in 1000 tuning, you would kind of think that like, oh, the top speed is going to go up a lot, because obviously this car is 3000 rating, so a 4000 rating version of the car is going to be this speed plus 1/3 extra, which would mean that the top speed of the other car should be somewhere in the region of 1 second, and just, yeah, find my quick race. Yeah, that would make the top speed on the other car being 33% extra over that. You would need it to be somewhere in the region of 250 to 270 miles per hour. I'm just going to add in the AI as well here, just so that I don't want to come in contact with them, but having the AI will put me back to the same point that I was in the other race, rather than just starting off directly on that line. And yeah, here's my version of the car. Like I said, 4037, so more than 1000 rating of an advancement. And in particular, I've got the Epic Import parts installed into the top speed and 2 in acceleration. Now, this really wasn't the best of ideas, but still, I'm just going to more so show, yeah, how little a difference that actually makes on the car. And now we had like a 117 in the untuned kind of a version of this car. I would say untuned, it's still tuned at 1 star, but I just really want to compare, just like I said, in case anyone ever thinks the fact that, oh, that you're at a massive disadvantage with rating wise, and just to show again how much of the actual, like, that rating and tuning kind of does make an impact to these cars. And yeah, just want to get away from the AI, because like I said, I do not want them to be a factor in this in the slightest towards the time, just my own skills. And obviously, like, yeah, I'll have a different race on this a couple of different times and they would all be perfect. Okay, as long as I still make that jump over, I'm happy enough with that. Yeah. But yeah, if you check out the top speed of this car, once you actually get to open it up, it's like not in a boost state. Yeah, you're looking at like 120, 100, or 225 miles an hour when it's not in a boost state, which really isn't that kind of, like, it's not massive increase over the standard version of the car. Like, yeah, 225 locked in there. Now, obviously, you can hold this car in a nitro state for slightly longer because the nitro stat is better. But, like, that top speed is only, it's less than 1/20th of an increase over the 3000 rated version of the car. So, it's like, hey, yeah, say call that 113. So you're talking about a 4 seconds difference in the times between a 3000 version and a 4000 rated version of a car. And yeah, I did just want to make a point of the fact that, like these cars don't gain like superpowers when they get tuned up like that. Like obviously the handling gets a small bit easier. The nitro, it can hold a bit more nitrous oxide and yeah, have access to a longer boost. But at the same time, it's not like night and day in the difference, especially if you thought of the fact that one car was 3,000 rating and the other car was 4,000 rating, that the difference should be 1/3 extra stats. But in the reality in this game, it's not. Like the difference between the speeds and timing is less than 1/20th in the difference between them. So, like, again, it's just a case of if you're using those cars in events, just be aware of the fact that like tuning isn't really gonna make a crazy amount of difference. It obviously does make the cars that bit faster, but like it isn't just a night and day kind of you win or you lose thing. A lot of it is just down to the handling and getting to know the cars. But yeah, said I would just throw that up. It was handy having this event because you're able to kind of see a contrast exactly on that same track and mostly using the same times. But yeah, just had to throw it up just in case anyone was wondering. Like I say, difference between 3K rated version of car, 4K rated version of car. It's definitely not a 1/3 increase over the power ratings. Alright guys, good luck. There's a sub button over my head and other videos from me here and here. I appreciate it. Click on any of them at all, especially that one. Alright guys, good luck and drive safe.